Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to some spooky season content, and we are going to get into a very exciting first impressions. I am so excited about this palette. I cannot wait. This is going to be the Glaminatrix, which is a brand that I love. The Glaminatrix Nocturnal palette. I have been dying to get this. Now, I'm sorry, it has since been discontinued. People have asked for even the shadows just to come in single so you can make your own kind of palette, but it is discontinued right now. I think this is probably the most beautiful palette they've ever come out with. Like, look at this. There's a little bit of a Beetlejuice vibes. There's a grungy element. There's a black. There's duochromes, multichromes, all the business in here. This is like the spooky dream. It's perfect for this time of the year. I'm so happy that I have it. I'm so happy that I waited for it because I did order it in May as a pre-order. Only got it there end of August. And now I'm actually working with it, which I'm so happy to do. So I'm going to pop up some swatches as I'm talking right now, as I talk through some of the shades, some standout shades for me as well. So the way I see this palette is in little quads. So basically like the first four, the middle four, and then the last four. And then you can kind of mix and match quads as well. I don't know why my eye just does that when I look at this palette. I think it's beautiful. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmers and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes, which I think is a perfect kind of balance between them. And all the shimmers and mattes go well together as well. You've got Murky, which is a gorgeous matte lime green, which, come on now, on my channel, seriously. Night Vision is a beautiful green that kind of shifts to a purple on like when it hits the light. The shades I use are the purples and blues from the middle of the palette in this look, and they're stunning. The shade Luna has such a beautiful weird duochrome to it. Milky Way is a gorgeous light kind of pink that shifts to a blue, that shifts to a green. And then the shade Constellation, which looks like just a copper, like it looks like a brown shimmer, shifts to like this gorgeous like bronze, copper, and then green. Like it's just, and it has a bit of pink in it. It's so beautiful. I love how murky it is. I love that there's a black. I just cannot get over this color story. I think it's so beautiful. There's not much more I can say about it except just getting into using it. And I will be doing a 3 looks on palette. It will be coming, so don't worry, there will be lots of content on this. If you already have this palette, if you've already gotten it, there will be content and you will have some inspiration coming up with that. So just before we get into the actual look, my Instagram is linked down below so you can see where I posted all the pictures of this look, and you can see all these gorgeous shimmers in action. And my TikTok is linked down below as well, which is just a little fun place where we like to post content to go along with all our videos. I'm so excited to get into this palette. I'm so excited to see how we created this look. I'm just so happy. So let's get into the actual tutorial. Okay, so this is literally my first time. I know it's my first impressions, but my first time actually getting into this palette. I'm so excited. I've been waiting so long for this palette. I'm so happy I have it. I am feeling this little quad in the middle, and like the way I look at this palette are little quads, like 3 little quads, but then I also kind of see this is a little quad as well, and this one here. I just think it's such a spooky vibe and I love it. But I'm going to do the purples and blues, and I think that's going to be so pretty. I already have my skin on. I've also got my brows on, my eyeshadow primer on, and I've got my contour and my blush on because I used creams and I want to get them all on before I powdered, which I did powder. And that's all listed down below, but I want to get into it, so I'm going to stop talking. Okay, so I want to start with Nightfall, which is that blue here, the matte blue down here, and I'm going to take that on a Lavender Luxe from BH Cosmetics number 5 brush, just their big fluffy brush from that set. And this is like a murky blue and I love it. I think it's so pretty. This is going to go on the outer corner, and I'm going to pop like the purples on the inside here. I think that'll be very nice. And I'm starting with this colour. I am going to probably use the black as well that's in the palette, the shade Shadow, to deepen up, but I'm not using that first because I don't want that to be the focus of the outer corner. I want the blue to be the focus, and I just want to deepen the blue up a little bit with the black. So just slowly building this up, and I'm going to only take it about halfway into my crease. And as I have less on the brush, just start blending out my edges. This does deepen up nicely though on its own if you didn't want to use the black. You could absolutely just use this. Such an interesting blue colour. Oh, I love it. Just realised I forgot to take my cardigan off and show off my gorgeous spooky top because it's spooky season. I also just have my hair tied back in a ponytail. I'm going to brush it and all that in a few minutes. But now, before I do the black or anything like that, I'm going to do Witching Hour, which is this dark purple here. Now, the dark purple is darker than this blue, which is why I do want to use the black to deepen it up so we get a bit of balance on the inner and outer part. But I'm taking this on another Lavender Luxe brush. This is a number 7, which is just a smaller fluffy brush. And that is just going to go on the inner crease in here. and just start fading that in to the blue. I really like this kind of eye shape. I don't know why. I'm really drawn to like popping like an extra colour in the crease, not just having like a general gradient going on in the crease. These colours should blend in easy enough, you know what I mean? They are both cool tones and on the same side of the colour wheel and all that kind of stuff. But because they're a little bit more muted, they might just be a little bit more difficult, especially with one being darker than the other. And then again, just with whatever is left on the brush, just blending out the edge, bring it up as high as you want. And now I'm just building up, mostly in the actual crease, how dark I want it to be. Okay, so we're looking a little bit scary because it's all the depth is in the inner part of the eye. Now we're going to take the black shade Shadow, which is that one right there. You can see I haven't even swatched it yet. And I'm going to take that also on another Lavender Luxe brush. This is a number 6, which is a really skinny fluffy brush, and I'm taking just a couple of dabs on the tip of the brush. I don't want this to take over, just want to add a bit of depth with it, and that's going to go on the very outer corner. And I'm not blending up high at all, I just want that to focus into the crease just to add that bit of depth right there. Now I will blend the life out of this so it doesn't look black, it'll just deepen up that blue. But I can definitely tell that this black will take over if you're not careful. So just going back in my big fluffy brush and my blue again and just go back over that. You can go over the whole area of the black if you want to really bring it back to blue. Okay, so I still might finesse a little bit more with some blending in a little bit, but I want to work on my lower lash line now before we get into the beautiful shimmers in this palette. I am going to take the blue. We're going to do like half and half, kind of like what we're doing on top. So I'm going to go back into Nightfall and pop that onto a Cash Beauty K10 brush. Just a small little smudgy brush, and that's going to go on the lower lash on the outer half, just in as far as where the blue stops on the crease, like about here. So about here, if that makes sense. And just connecting that to the outer corner. Okay, I've blended it down quite far. I will probably go in with my fluffy brush in a few minutes, but I want to get like the darker kind of colours on. So now on the inner part of the lower lash line, we're going to take Witching Hour again, the dark purple. Just taking that, and that's going to go on the inner part of the eye, just on the lower lash line, and blend that into the blue. You can make it as thick as you want. I like it quite thick, especially this time of year. We like dramatic, we like grunge. So again, I'm probably going to blend that down a little bit further in a second. I'm going to take that little brush again, my little Cash Beauty brush. I'm just going to wipe it off a little bit. And then just taking a dab of shadow, the black, and that's just going to go along the lashes on my lower lash line, just to kind of match what we did on top. And just build up the black as quick as, or as little as possible, because you can always add more, but you can't take it back. Okay, so now just taking my brush that I used with the blue, and we're just gonna go under and start softening that out. Now that I've got the black on, I can go in and start blending a lot now. And then just taking the brush that I used for the dark purple up top, we're just going to go in and blend that out as well. Just making sure that your blends are all the same all the way around. And you can re-intensify any colours that you might be missing now that you've blended, but I think it's actually quite good, and I'm gonna kind of see how it looks with mascara and all that kind of stuff on. Loving this. I think the mattes have blended out so nicely for me. I am very happy, especially with how dark and murky they are. There's sometimes dark and murky shades can be a little bit more difficult to blend. So now we're going to get into shimmers, and I am going to use glitter primer because I always use glitter primer with all my shimmers. But, oh, I'm so excited for this bit. So I've actually left my NYX glitter primer in my boyfriend's house. I'm going to use my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. No, my Too Faced Glitter Insurance. And I'm going to pop this just with my finger all over the lid. We're going to do one eye at a time, just so it's nice and tacky long enough for us. And just press that over the lid. So on this half we're going to do blue, and on the inner half we're going to do the purple. And the bluey kind of shimmer has a little bit of like a purple duochrome to it, and the purple shimmer kind of goes a little bit more rusty. It's going to be so pretty. Well, I hope it is anyway. That's the idea. I'm hoping it goes pretty. So we're going to start with Luna, which is this blue, and I don't know if I could be able to get the colors there. You can kind of see how it goes purple. It's gonna go so pretty. Picks up really well on the brush, as you can see, and that's gonna go just straight down the middle. No like big carves or anything like that, straight down the middle and on the outer half of that lid, blending into the mattes we have out here. Oh, that's pretty. It kind of has a little bit of like a dark purpley, like a blackened purple base as well to it, as it kind of is off the light as well. Look at how gorgeous it looks, like an oil slick. Oh, it's so pretty. So now we're going to take Dusk, which is this purple that kind of goes into a copper, if you can kind of see, like a warm rusty sort of shade. That's going to go on the inner half of the lid. So the purpliness will help the two blend, but the When it starts to shift in the light is where the interesting part will come out. It's just such a cool shift between the two colours. They just blend into each other so well. Oh my god. So I'm going to take a little bit of Nightfall again and just dabble that on that outer corner just to blend into that shimmer. Okay, I am loving this. I cannot wait to do like all my bits at the end, like my lashes, bit of highlight, and I don't even know what lip I want to do. Do I want to do a dark purple maybe? Possibly. I think I might actually, yeah. So I'm going to finish off with a little bit of inner corner highlight. We're going to use Milky Way, which is the obvious choice of this palette. You can use whatever though if you want to use your face highlight or something like that. I think this would be perfect though because it kind of has a pink but it shifts to a blue. Kind of shifts to a green as well. It's going to be fun. So I'm taking that on a Real Techniques detailer brush, just a little flat brush, even a lip brush will do. And we're just going to pop this on the inner part in here. I feel like with this palette I'm going to use every single shade. There's not a shade in this palette that I will not use in between this video and my 3 looks on palette, because I am going to be doing 3 looks. I have to with this palette. I have so many ideas coming. Okay, so that is the look so far. I am so happy. I cannot wait to get into finishing this up. I cannot wait to get into my 3 looks on palette. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to do my liner, lashes, cheeks, finish them off, and lip, and I'll come back and let you know what I used on my face. Okay guys, so this is how I have finished off the look. I am in love with this look. This is so pretty. I feel so glam right now. I already had lipstick on my teeth, but that is absolutely fine. So we're going to go through all of the products that I used to finish off the face, and then we'll go through the final thoughts. So to finish off the eyes, I didn't do any upper lash line liner because I wasn't bothered. I didn't really feel like doing it, and I thought it looked okay without it, especially when the lashes went on as well. So on my waterline, I used 2 different coloured liners. I used a blue on the outside, which was LSD from Urban Decay, which is like a duochrome kind of blue pencil. And then for the purple on the inside, I used my Sleek Twist Up lip pencil. So not an eye pencil, this is a lip pencil. Not probably safe for the eye area, but my eyes are usually fine with this kind of stuff. This is in Deep Cherry. So just kind of a dark aubergine kind of purple to match the matte. Not necessarily the shimmer, I want to match the matte shade so it blends into the matte on the lower lash line. My mascara then is my Soap & Glory Thick and Fast mascara. I'm still using it. Still getting through it. And then on my lashes, I don't know where the box has gone. It's gone missing. These are the Crystal Night lashes from Cash Beauty, and these are in the style Twilight. Yes, I found the box and they are Twilight. So they're just really, really dense, really, really fluttery. And I just think they make it so much more dramatic and I love it. Onto cheeks then. For my contour, I used my Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the shade Ambra, which is just a really cool toned, which I thought would be really pretty with this, especially when I put the lip on as well. I just really wanted a cool tone contour. And then my blush to go with the blue tones and also the kind of purpley tones, I used my Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge for cheeks and lips. This is in the shade Pale Pink. And then for highlight, just, you know, because we use a lot of blue in this look as well, I used my Space Age highlighter from Kaleidos in the shade Skywalker, which is like a blue duochrome, and I think it looks stunning. Onto lips then, I used my MAC lip pencil in the shade Current, which is just a really, really dark purple. This colour basically, but a little bit softer because it's a lip pencil. And then finally onto lips, I used my Kaleidos Cloud Lab Lip Clay. I love saying it, but it can be very difficult to say. This is in the shade Queen of the Night, which is a super, super dark plummy kind of shade. There is a dark one, Scorpion King. It's even darker, more of an aubergine. This I think went a little bit better with the kind of warmer purples that I have on the lid. So yeah, this is the look. I am so happy with how this turned out. I feel so spooky right now and just so, I don't know, just a little bit grungy, and I'm feeling my spooky self. This is the palette. This is the Nocturnal palette and I'm very happy with this so far. The mattes blend beautifully, like so nice and easy. I didn't have to blend that blue out too much, and blue can be hard to blend out into the skin. I am in love with the colour story. Like, it's such a me kind of colour story. If I was to create a colour story, I'd probably create something along these lines. I love the fact that like every shimmer is a duochrome in some way, or a multi-chrome. Like every time I shift it a different way, they change colour. This one I'm very excited to get into because it looks so kind of normal in some lights, and then when you turn it and shift it, it just changes colour. I'm so happy. I cannot wait to use this little quad over here. As I said, I'm going to do them in little quads because that's just kind of the way I feel like doing it for this palette. It's just giving me that kind of vibe. Probably going to do something with these four, and then I might just like pick, or like I might do like the blue and the kind of yellowy tones. So yeah, I'm so excited about this palette. I've been dying to have this palette. I think I ordered it back in May as like a birthday present to myself, even though my birthday is in June. But it was a pre-order, so I had to wait for so long, and I know it's been discontinued. I'm so sorry, but I had to use it. It's so beautiful, and I did spend a lot of money on it. but it's so beautiful. So if you do have this palette, which I hope you do, what do you think of the look? Let me know down below in the comments. What do you think of the palette? Is it the most beautiful palette ever? Because I think it's one of the most beautiful palettes ever. I'm so happy. It's going to do well in my ranking. My end of year ranking, it's going to do quite well. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. Also hit subscribe down below to see many more things coming up. We've got so much more spooky season happening right now. I don't know when this video is going up, if it's at the beginning of October, if it's mid-October, if it's late October, I'm not too sure, but we have a lot. There's already a lot up. I've got two years of spooky season, like full spooky seasons on the go at the minute from a couple of years ago, and then I have this year currently going, so we have a lot, and there is a playlist so you can go through all of it because I love watching people's spooky videos, so hit subscribe for all of that. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below where I will be posting my face pictures, so full face pictures, eyeball pictures, and then my TikTok is linked down below where I like to do some fun TikToks along with all my looks so you can see them all in action as well. So I think that is everything from me, guys, and I will see you in the next video.